I wanted to start off the episode by wishing you a happy Father's Day. As my dad, I couldn't be more proud to be your son. So thank you, Ryan.
Uh, Son, thank you
I-
for this opportunity to join you and your friends on your computer streaming that you like to get on there and have time for gaming with a lot of your internet friends. I know you haven't been too successful making friends in real life. I take responsibility for that. As your father, I clearly wasn't there for you enough, and teaching you how to throw a football 200 yards is something I failed to do, and I failed you as a child.
and now I'm drinking Bud Light and living in South Florida.
You've clearly been on a diet of some of the highest soy ingredient foods marketed to children, to corrupt them, to bring down their not just their intelligence but also their testosterone.
Welcome to the Garbage Juice Pod.
And I'm just happy to welcome you back on Father's Day. It's been 7 weeks, I'd say, since our last recording. A lot has happened in that time. And as an only child, my natural inclination is to start talking about myself immediately. All the things I've done, all the places I've gone, all of my feelings and thoughts, everything I want to talk about, because that's how I was raised by you, Dad. But I want to actually turn this back to you, because I think you've gone through some significant life changes in the past let's call it 7.5, 7, 8 weeks, something like that. I think I would be really excited to hear what's going on with you.
Okay, well, to start off, here I am. Here we are, recording for the first time in the basement. The Juice Boys, juicement, I guess is what we could call it. It's been quite a long road to get here. For those that have seen HBO's Silo, we are the bottom feeding layer. We're at the base of this dystopian present time. What could be maybe a quarter mile down below the surface of the earth.
We do not know why we are here. We do not know who built the silo and why we are underground. We only know the world outside our sanctuary is death.
I'll be down here relegated to churning out sizzling summer content. Now that we're finally into the new house. It has been a long time since we got in the mix, got our hands dirty with juicy content for all of our loyal fans. What is it? What are we? June? The month of June. Yeah, we're coming at you. It's Sunday.
How accurate is the calendar you keep in your basement, where you cross off days?
Right? Days are now different. It's irrelevant. We do whatever we can down here to keep sane. Folks, it's Sunday the 18th. We hope everyone's June is going well. Mine, of course, filled with 3 weeks basically of moving here underground in our new life, deep under the surface of the earth. I've had some work going on. We're in the summer season of concerts. Wearing a t-shirt right now for Dead and Company.
Grateful Dead.
The Grateful Dead members, those still alive. The old guy, Bob Weir, very old man, walked right by me as I was backstage just trying to take a nap on some old amplifier cases. And I got up and I was like walking. I didn't see him behind me, and his giant bodyguard nearly pushed me to the ground because he thought I was a threat. That's a fun little show there. They still have a festival that follows them around.
Have you tried listening to the Grateful Dead?
It's similar like a Comic-Con. Every concert, there's just a bunch of people that follow and get to dress up character and everything. They have, I guess, listeners, feel free to correct me here. They have, I guess, what this called as like a shakedown street, a nod to, I think, one of their songs, or at least a line in their song. No, I think that is a song. That's a track by them. And it's basically a tailgate. So it's in the parking lot of where people are going to be parked for this event. And tons of people set up tents. Interesting thing, we're walking by the tents and people are selling alcohol drinks at their tent. They're selling cheeseburgers. They're selling Stouffer's, French bread pizzas that some guy's making on his little propane powered air fryer or something. I thought it was pretty cool. It was hot as shit that day.
It's like community. It's like a community of. Yeah.
And then
I was talking more about not the people, but the music itself for me. And you know, we go way back in our musical taste. I think we both have deep respect for each other and how much we care about music. To me, it's just a bunch of bleeps and bloops, you know? Beep, ba-doo, boop, 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 ba-doo, ba-doo, boop, ba-doo, boop, boop.
The analog bleeps and bloops, though.
Right.
It isn't, maybe some of our listeners would hear that and think bleeps and bloops. Oh, you mean Bassnectar, the king of all musicians. No, this is some analog, just good old drums and guitars and an organ. They got boards. They got plenty of tech to bring in the bleeps and bloops. But they do have an interesting plot twist. And again, those that are deadheads, those are the real heads. They're going to know this, of course. But John Mayer is the lead. He's the Jerry Garcia figure. He's lead guitar. And
John Mayer plays with the Grateful Dead.
Yeah. See?
No.
Yeah. See, I think you could probably, anyone can use this at home. You could kind of see how maybe your coworkers, how much they party. If you're not really sure about the social life of a coworker, the private life, you could say, "Hey, did you know that John Mayer is leading the Grateful Dead on Dead & Co.? What is the rest of the Grateful Dead?
Is Dead & Co. like the surviving members of that organization?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not aware, so.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. They've been doing this since 2015?
Exactly.
What?
Exactly.
Man, I never knew that.
Almost as long as we've been going at it.
Man, that's wild. What trivia? What an excellent trivia question. You know, who's the youngest member of Dead & Co.?
I think people can presumably give their social network, their peers, a test to see how much they get out on the weekends and how much they might go enjoy some extracurricular shindigs. Because again, I'm there all day, and during some of the hours in the middle of the day where there wasn't as much going on, of course, Dead & Co., they were already set up. The opening act had already been staged and ready to go. So we got some time to walk around the parking lot, and it is a massive lot there in the Lakewood Amphitheater, South Atlanta area, south of downtown. It's right near the city. And there used to be a roller coaster out there. There used to be a lake, but it dried up. We get no more good things. But this amphitheater still has a massive piece of property, kind of like in the middle, like a valley. You know, we got significant elevation here in North Georgia. we get to walking around, and it is a festival. I'm hearing guys walking by, coke, weed, shrooms, Molly,
nice.
X, and I'm thinking, yeah, yeah. But no, didn't bring any cash with me because I didn't know I thought I was going to work, not a festival. But that was pretty cool. Also, some trivia: the lead singer of Blind Melon OD'd at this same venue out in the outfield.
Oh, really?
During a day when they got there, and I guess didn't even get to the show, or maybe it was the next day or the day before.
That's like in the early 90s.
Yeah. So lots of
he
history.
loved heroin, that guy.
Lots of history in the Emerald City's shed of music. They call amphitheaters sheds, industry term there.
Oh, okay. Well, it makes sense. So why don't you tell me a little bit about your new digs?
The new house is coming along. All of the systems and finer touches that we put in into our living spaces. Those are the things that bring sanity and catharsis into our day-to-day, folks. And going without them as a modern human is truly enough to it's enough to drive us insane. I don't think this has been a thing for all of time to, not be nomadic. I believe that's how humans started. But here we are, shackled to our units of living and our things, our stuff. We love all of our beautiful things that we carry with us. And I grew into a space where it was just me, and then recombining the stuff in the space. You realize, well, I got a lot of bullshit with me. I never really had to sort through it now. But now here we are in this new space. It's bigger. It's basically, there's a window. That's where I let the cats in, right? That's how they get in. And wraps around, and there's, steps up here to the.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So
to the outside,
yeah,
but you're not allowed up there. It's okay.
There's a door over there in that corner, folks. I'm panning the camera around.
Yeah.
To show the digs.
Like it looks like a good place to hold a few bodies for a couple
of years. It's like 900 square feet. So it's the entire footprint of the house. So just above is just a 2-bedroom, 1 bath. Pretty simple.
Yeah.
But spacious, 2-bedroom, 1 bath. And down here, this is the man space.
But you're a property owner now.
That's right. By proxy, I have put in a little bit of sweat equity, folks. And listener, you don't have to be financially competent. You just have to make do in life. That's why you listen to the show.
The weed vape.
Yeah, right. Braided advice is what we give.
The bedroom. So this house, is it still in Hapeville with an H?
HPV, Georgia. Here we are.
Are you still in Hapeville with an H?
30354. Shout out to all of our Hapeville head listeners.
Thank you.
Are you taking it to the van?
Oh, we'll see. That's my assistant.
The lovely assistant.
On the unpaid intern of the Garbage Juice Pod. She's on the payroll.
Very nice.
But really as a tax deduction for us, not like, she's recouping any payment for services here, the Garbage Juice Network.
College credits. Folks, you too can get college credit. Email into the show for college credit inquiries and see how you too can be well on your way to getting your degree in media. Here we go. Welcome back to the show, everyone. I'm Toxic Tony in the ATL. Joining me, as always, from his Pompano Beach penthouse, Father of the Year award winner, known as the Jewish Matthew McConaughey, but handsomer. That's right. The Drip King himself, Big Dick Bruce. Big Dick Bruce, how are you?
Hey, how you doing, folks?
Ever since I can remember, I've been popping my collar, popping my collar, popping my collar. Ever since I can remember, I've been working these hoes, and they better put my money in my hand, Ever since I can remember, I've been popping my collar, popping my collar, popping my collar. Ever since I can remember, I've been working these hoes, and they better put my money in my hand.
And when it comes to getting bread, I got the keys to the bakery. A lot of dudes swear they playing, man, they some fakery. Let me catch a girl about some working in my sight, and believe I'm gonna be at you in the daylight with a flashlight. I'm trying to get paid, however money is made. A lot of dudes like to pay ladies to get laid, but me, I ain't no pimp, I just love to borrow. Paper from a bad bitch, a ugly bitch, a model. Real.
Well, you know me by the juice, man. Hanging out with big trees, standing on the porch, drinking liquor, drunk, smoking weed, trying to get a paycheck, but work for ain't came yet. That's why I stay in a girl ear to keep that pussy wet.
That's right. Garbage Juice Podcast, Season 2, Episode 10. Popping our collars. We're back for some more sizzling summer podcast heat. We heard a little bit from me and my to-do. Lee, what you got going on Father's Day? Father of the Year.
Today, you can do Father's Day. We go out and you do the thing. We're going to have a brunch. Got to reserve a spot at the restaurant, have my parents come, the kids, the grandparents, me, my wife. And then you say to hell with it all. I'm going to go out. I'm going to buy some fresh ingredients from Trader Joe's. And we're going to make a shakshuka. You know about shakshuka, Ryan?
Oh, I want to hear this. I am world travelers will know as they're listening in. Shakshuka is a beautiful brunch.
It's the best brunch food you can possibly have.
Entree suitable for the King Father himself.
So I went out, I got the tomato sauce, I got tomatoes, cucumbers, because you got to make salad with it too. You got to make the Middle Eastern, the Mediterranean salad with the chopped tomatoes and the chopped cucumbers and the chopped onions with olive oil on it, a little tahini.
There it is. Yes.
That's the side dish right there. But the shakshuka is that kind of, you put a bunch of tomato sauce and tomatoes in a pan. You just cook it up, put a bunch of spices in there. All right. A little parsley, things like that. And then you fry an egg on top of it, basically, right? You cook an egg in that tomato. Now, what you can also do is you can add in merguez sausages, right? Now, these are beef sausages, kosher beef sausages. They're incredible, right? Again, this is going to be this is a very Tunisian, like North African, Algerian type dish. This is the best food you can have in the morning. Have a little pita bread in there, some hummus, right? Hummus, you actually put the shakshuka in the pita. So you take this egg, which has been cooked, you put it in the pita, you throw a bunch of the tomato sauce on top that you cooked, and you have hummus in there, some more tahini, and it is the best food you can have in the morning. You have that. I had a couple White Claws, some rosé, made it classy. And honestly, I couldn't have had a better day, Father's Day, than that. Because if you go on, you go do the whole thing, the whole charade, let's say, here I'm out with my family, let's take some Instagram photos, let's all look like we're having fun. It's not fun. There's nothing fun about it. You're trying to keep your kid from running around and throwing things on the table, and grandparents are sitting there all quiet, and there's a bunch of other families and their kids are going wild, and the food isn't quite great because the kitchen's so rushed. There's a huge rush of people coming in when the place opens. Everyone's coming for Father's Day. You're just not getting the best restaurant experience on these type of days. It's best to stay home and to be in your own family restaurant in your fucking home, right? That's the original family restaurant right there. And then have a nice meal with your family. The kids played outside, grandparents went home, everyone was happy, and we saved a bunch of money and had a great meal. Obviously the wife had to cook, but hey, it's Father's Day, right? Get in the kitchen. Go get in the kitchen. You know what I mean?
Facts, bro. I'm glad you mentioned that part.
Hey, on Mother's Day, I'll be in the kitchen myself, right? But on Father's Day,
yes,
equality.
What better of a topic for the show today? What guys want? Ladies, we got a lot of female listeners. I know that we're a big respecter of women online show. Ladies, if you're wondering, if you're listening to this and you're thinking about how to make the best decisions and please your future partner, and you're thinking about future Father's Day, anyone listening in right now, of course, take note if you're still wondering. For our West Coast listeners, this is still before 8 p.m. What do men want? The last thing your guy wants is to go out for maybe an attended breakfast that turns into a late breakfast, or a brunch, or lunch, or dinner, because those restaurants are going to be ran through. It's not going to be fun. He's not going to want to go. Believe me. I know what he's thinking. I'm old enough to be most of your fathers. And as someone that's been on earth this long, I can tell you that I'm surrounded by guys of my age all day long. Real dads out there, real dad heads also will know you don't want to be stuck in a place where you're going to have to deal with some incompetence or less than par for the vibe type ambiance. I don't want to have to be concerned with waiting in a place that has the odor of a public urinal. I don't want to be in a place that I'm going to have to listen to someone else's opinion, which I know for a fact my opinion is going to be like 10 times better. And then I would maybe be in that position where I think to myself, do I need to go over there and explain it to them why this is wrong? I don't want to have to be on the shit end of getting a bad meal and then have to bring it up to the bartender where we're sitting at the bar and say, hey, this was a good pizza because you guys are a pizza place. But does anyone ever talk about how chewy it is? Is it supposed to be burnt to where you can't chew through it and it hurts? And then but you want to specify, hey, look, I thought it was pretty tasty. It was just, I felt like I'd been sucking off a bowling ball for the past half an hour now because my jaw is hurt from trying to chew just 2 slices of Detroit style pizza. This happened to Darlene and I today. Also, Darlene wishes you a happy Father's Day, Lee. She wanted to spread that on.
I appreciate that. Darlene is a sweet woman, and I thank her for that.
And let me say, I know guys, ladies, listeners, guys, dads, they want your ass to give them the permission by way of gifting them the opportunity to go to the store and make something for the family because they're going to do it better. It's going to taste better. And we love better. Your kids, your family, friends, your company. Let dad cook what he wants and shut the fuck up about it. For once, quit your fucking demands. There's every...
Now, I know Ryan sounds sarcastic. I know you sound sarcastic here to some folks. Like to long-term listeners, they think Ryan's sarcastic here. This is you being as brutally honest as you possibly can. This is as truthful as you can be.
Yeah. I do a lot of goofs, bits, and spoofs, but I'm serious here, folks. Dad will want you to know this. Don't get him this gift card. Don't put that reservation in. Don't force that. And then say, well, do you
Dad,
want
we got a reservation at Applebee's for you. You ready to go? You got a reservation at Shoney's.
You what? And then they say, yeah, I put a reservation in an hour ago, so we're probably near the midpoint. And then don't say that while I'm taking a shit and then walk away and then say, oh, well, do you want to go? And then I have to say, no, I'm tired. I don't want to do shit. I'd rather go to the grocery store before the miles get ran through. Because God knows if you're going to the store on a Sunday, you're going through the most ran through shopping aisles you can imagine.
I got there at 9:30 sharp. Aisles were clear. There are a few folks rummaging around. Some old people, that have been up for 6 or 7 hours already, right? It's the middle of the day. It's around 9:20, But I have my own, I can maneuver. I have to do a lot of backtracking because obviously, my wife, she had said she tried to put the list in order of the path that I would go through the supermarket, which is thoughtful.
Whoa, this is... How'd you train her to do this? Is she smart? Is she a part robot?
You can just find them this way, However, yeah, well, as strong as the idea was, the execution was not on the same level.
Have you
There
hooked
was
your wife up to AI generator? Text prompt.
I'm trying to go through my bit here, Ryan.
Oh, so I fucked it.
It's classic
I'm a
Jewish
real
observational humor.
piece of
Okay,
shit.
classic observational humor.
Yes, continue.
But the list wasn't in that order. It
Oh.
was all over the place, and there were things in there, because obviously French is her first language. There are
Oh.
things in there that are like she wrote the word spread, just the word spread as one of the items on the list, right? Now you ask, what is spread? I mean, from a Jewish perspective, I think spread like a cream cheese, right?
Yeah.
I mean, like from a New York or like a New York Jew, like I want a bagel and some spread, But I think you'd still have to specify that. And again, she doesn't come from that area of the world, comes from another country. So what could spread possibly mean, right? It really perplexed me for some time. In fact, I tried to figure it out myself.
No, sending a text message in that moment, or we're trying
Well,
to.
I did. No, I called her, said, "Baby, what is And again, there's things that are written in French, some English, a lot of obviously spelling errors is okay. I can barely write anything in another language.
Yeah, I'd be
But
no
what
good
is
at that.
spread? What is spread?
Hmm.
She said, "Never mind," and she just hung up. Like I wasn't capable enough. Like she was disappointed that she would have to explain it to me, right?
Well, once they do the move where they say it's okay, we'll speak in English. That is fine. No, let's speak in English. I speak, and then she already did that to you. So then,
Mm-hmm. It was very confusing for me because I really she gave me a test. Does she? Because she's referring to something in her culture. She's not stupid. She's referring to something in her world. Where spread is obvious, right? But that she would have to take 3 seconds to explain it to me was just so upsetting. She was just continue on with the rest of the list basically, and bring home what you bring home what you can is probably the best thing, right? Like I know you're barely capable of putting items from a list in a cart and bringing it back to our location. Just find what you can.
hey, you know what? Going to the grocery store is a lot of work. It's tough. Yeah, you got so many distractions. You got again so many grocery stores with shelves that are barren and ran through. It is a challenge. And you know what?
You got to put the headphones in. I don't want anyone talking to me. You got to be
Yeah.
focused.
Yeah.
It's like it's like you're going to lift weights. You don't want anyone bothering you. You want to be focused on the sport.
Well, also listening to this show, hopefully you listener might be walking through the aisles of a grocery store and you're thinking to yourself, yeah, listen to this podcast is probably one of the best things I could be doing right now because it helps me stay focused. A big part of our show is being focused, staying on point,
Mm-hmm.
having that focus and driving it home that, we're all about getting shit done. The grocery store, though, even if you have juice mindset, even if you're well prepared, if you're going in there fully loaded and confidence with headphones, there's variables. And then what? You got to time in going back there, or then it's just something you're going to think, well, I'll get to it. And then it wears on you and it's exhausting because you missed one ingredient or they didn't have something, or maybe there's multiple places you got to go to get the ingredients. I just say break that shit up. I go multiple times throughout the week. Darlene's like once and done. She'd prefer, I think, but no, I'd like to be going to the market every day. I'd like to be working on the show 2 to 3 hours a week, and then the rest is my time to go to the grocery store for 6.5 to 7 hours every day to pick out the best ingredients. And I believe that with the right technology improvements, I believe that we can get there as a nation. We have what it takes. We have some of the biggest and best minds out there, and the think tanks and trusts, the brain trusts of society. But the show itself we are a brain trust. And again, the getting through the grocery store thing, it's a lot of work. It's very stressful. Did she think maybe you were going to another chain, another store? Did she have a different map in her head?
No, it's a fair question, but she knew exactly where I was going. A place that she goes to multiple times a week, generally. She's very familiar with that place.
So, like, it's a no excuses. She's just fucking with you to show you who's top dog. She's shit testing you.
Yeah, for sure. She's shit testing me. Like,
well done. Well done.
Yeah.
Iron sharpens iron.
But even before then, because she was going to go to the supermarket beforehand, and then I was like, no, it's Father's Day. Let me go. Let me get away from you people for just a fleeting moment. Just a fleeting moment. Let me get away in the morning. Let me go do something just away from you in a different place. And so I go and I make that request. She says, yeah, that's great. Go for it. Oh, I have to put my list in English. Okay. Like, basically thinking like, oh, I have to now put in effort to. I'm like, no, I understand a lot of French. And she just kind of looked at me and shook her head and started writing the list on WhatsApp in English, So that was even before then. It was a power play move, right?
Yeah.
Like, I already had this written at the higher level that I'm operating, but since your weak ass needs to go somewhere else for a few moments, I need to be inconvenienced to translate all of this for your caveman brain, so you could pick the things out of this grocery store and bring them home. That's just how I think about it.
We are pieces of shit, all of us guys, and how dare you? That's right. Great relationship advice is what we're known for, and we love jumping into segments about bettering your partnership and great ideas from myself, Ryan, and Lee. And we're always tuned and hip to the tightest theories on getting away from your family, checking out from obligations, hanging out.
So if you go to the grocery store, I'm gonna have to be here with the kids for what, like an hour? Yeah, I'm gonna go and do that myself.
Yeah, at least an hour. Sometimes you got to get a lot of ingredients.
At least an hour.
Sometimes traffic be hella thick.
I couldn't find everything at this one place. I had to go somewhere else. I had to hit Publix. Everything wasn't at Trader Joe's.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I'd love to be able to shop at a fucking farmer's market. That's the word. That sounds great.
No need to brag, but I did that a lot in Tel Aviv. I mean, that's the advantage of living in a big city, is that you don't have to go and load up like you're preparing for an apocalyptic event. You can say, look, I'm going to buy 3 apples and a piece of cheese, and I'll be back tomorrow in case I'm hungry, right? Yeah. And it's just walking around the corner.
It's just like, I don't want to commit to all of it. I don't need it all. Usually if it's just me cooking, just 2 people. You don't need nearly as much, even. Maybe incentive to have more family. Maybe incentive to cook more. Big grocery forcing us to get into families. Big grocery out there jamming people up into cramped living spaces by population increase. any continuation of the Father's Day extravaganza?
I took a lot of time for myself. Again, if there's any only children who listen to this show, you need a lot of self time as an only. You've been left alone so much. No one that you require it. You just want to sit in a room and just no one else for some time. So I took some of that time today. That was very good. And again, Father's Day just gives me that excuse to be like, yeah, I'm gonna go over there for a few minutes. Just stay over there, you know. We went to the pool, like I played with the kids in the pool, in the community pool. It was nice. Like we had a nice afternoon, nice morning, but then took a little nap, you know. That was Sunday nap. You can't. I think any dad listening to this is going to relate.
Absolutely.
Just give me the 30 minutes, 40 minutes, 5 minutes of peace. Thank you. Nothing better than that.
I had 2 people wish me a happy Father's Day today. I stole that valor. I gobbled it right up. I said, yeah, thank you. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Not enough people are saying it. Thank you, cashier at Walgreens. Thank you.
Oh, you're talking about people in the street.
People out and about. Yeah, absolutely. Randos. People that you come across.
Is amazing.
The city individual in this bright metropolis that is Atlanta, South.
You know what
City.
they're telling you? Telling you have all the characteristics to be a dad, to be a father. You got the beard.
I thought that too.
You got the looks.
Yeah.
You got the attitude. You got the body type. That it just says this man has procreated. With a woman at some point.
You know what? Now
what he's saying is this guy fucks.
Now that I'm hearing you say it, I'm thinking, fuck yeah, that's exactly what they say. My man over here is a certified pussy getter. You could just tell. Look at him. He's definitely fathered.
He's sired children.
He's made father upon lady, as it's scriptured in the Bible.
No other way about it, you know. So that's what they're saying to you, and I think that's a fine compliment.
They probably were basically wanting to get me to ask them for their phone number. Basically,
they were women. These two?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Actually, yeah. Hey. Both of them smoking hot. Probably models, if I had to guess.
There must be. I'm trying to think of a smooth way to transition that to be like, thank you. I'm not yet a father. Would you like to help me become one?
Right there, through that. Like the first thing you say. Yeah. That's great advice. See, last night, the artist Noah Kahan came through, worked that one, held the illustrious title as Cable Page, and that's basically guy that holds the cord behind the camera at front of the stage while the camera guy is doing action shots and running back and forth along the front of the stage. And I'm the bitch that was gathering up the cable real quick and then letting it all go out and then gathering it back up. And that artist, Noah Kahan, he identified himself as a guy that grew up, and at the age of 8, his parents put him in therapy. And he said one of his big turning and coming to age moments was at 23. He decided to stop being a piece of shit to the therapist and start being real and start being honest. He said, folks, if it wasn't until then that I decided that I grew as a person, as I opened up, 23 years old. And there's a lot of stigma on mental health. And anyone out here that's privileged enough to go to therapy, make it your opportunity and tell your friends about it. There's nothing wrong. This is a song I wrote about it. Chord chime.
I'm remembering, I promised to forget you now, but it's raining and I'm calling drunk, and my medicine is drowning your perspective out, so I ain't taking any fault.
This crowd looked like a crowd of folks that would be maybe at a Taylor Swift concert. A lot of younger women, probably just graduating from high school, just into college, thrilled as heck to be there. This guy, I had no idea what to expect. Late 20s, I guess. And I don't know where this music comes from, but there's a lot of it out there. And I think that the folks in the Garbage Juice Conspiracy Lab might want to do a deep dive onto what factory in Asia this music is being pumped out of, just on an assembly line. This is some AI generative type music making, and it's the singer-songwriter band folksy. I'm 24 and I'm in my like bluesy, melancholy, depressive, I drink too much and I'm a piece of shit phase. But I'm 23 and I know I've now seen the depths of life, and there's so much deep meaning. And it was like every song was like this, and the crowd was fucking loving it. They loved like every song.
Don't you wish you could hang out with this guy? I would want to hang out with him for 2 hours.
Oh my God.
And I would put on a Led Zeppelin DVD of their live concert. And I would say, now watch this and tell me what you're doing is entertaining.
Also, turn them on to that good shit. This was like dorm room. It's dorm room music. It's the emotional peak of
I've never heard of this
still...
guy. I've never heard of him. I'm proud to admit that, I guess. I mean, I listened for a second while you were talking about him to his music.
Well, he's a fellow chosen one. He identifies as Jewish heavily.
That's cool.
Was mentioning it a lot on stage. So I think there was possibly reflected in his fan base. So maybe there's some inside circles trading these downloads around. The guy's from Vermont also, so not, don't really meet too many Vermont people.
It's very rare you meet anyone from Vermont. You could go your whole life without meeting someone from Vermont.
There's probably only like 4,000 to 6,000 people that live there.
Something like that. I mean,
listeners, if you're familiar with the state Vermont, somewhere in New England, give us a shout. Write us online. How many people live in the state of Vermont, USA?
I think I only know one person that's actually even been to Vermont, right? Like it's such a... But people that go to Vermont, the vacation in Vermont, they get the VT stickers, They have this sticker that you put in your car, like, yeah, I'm a Vermonter. There's like this green VT sticker you put on the...
What's the capital of Vermont?
Rear of your car. I believe it's Montpelier.
Yeah, I was gonna say like Nova Scotia.
Speaking about Canada, I was just in Canada for the first time ever. I was in Canada. Yeah. I was in Toronto, and I thought Toronto was a beautiful city, very safe, very clean, walkable, extremely walkable. Um, like a Chicago without all the worries, Like you walk around Chicago and you're a little anxious, right? Same size city, same type of city.
Chirac. Yes.
Even in the downtown, you're like, you're not going on alert. Just in Toronto, you're like, yeah, none of these people I need to worry about. It's okay. Weed is completely legal there, which I didn't know. Totally legal.
Bonus.
Head shops are everywhere, all over the place. Really easy to get stuff there, and their money is like fake money, basically.
I'm listening.
It's I think it's 30% less than the dollar. Like a Canadian. What do they call them? I guess they call them dollars also, but
Listeners, if anyone is familiar with the
the
nation of
loonie.
Canada,
They called it the loonie.
okay,
LONIE, which is just perfect for Canada. They got their loonies up there. They're about 30% less than the dollar. So when you have American dollars, you feel like a superior type of human being as well in this society. You're like, yeah, this is all great. This dollar is just your money. It's not worth anything, right? Maybe it's the heritage in me being let loose there a little bit, but
it's a strange
it was like a
land.
strange place. It was a really strange place.
It's very foreign to reality, No one.
It's like if you landed
no
in
other
a
nation.
parallel dimension of
Yeah.
the United States, right?
Yeah.
Like if you got sucked through a wormhole and spit out into the upside down parallel dimension where it's like, yeah, a lot of this is familiar, but a lot of it is just different, right? You guys don't say things the right way. You have these weird dollars that no one ever knows anything about. Your license plates look a little different.
And they allowed that area to speak French.
Yeah.
They
Now
allowed
the signs are in French and English too.
they just allowed that to happen. They said, okay,
Pussies.
that'll be all right. We'll be okay with that. And then the ones that do still hold out on just speaking French there, like, what are they doing? Okay, but touche to them though for holding strong. Juice mindset right there.
Ryan, what's been going on recently in the world?
Big news. Our big boy Donald Trump has seen indictments thrown his way. We've got beautiful images coming from his one of his many estates worldwide, but this one in South Florida. Boxes of documents in some of the most beautiful rooms known to the hottest professional type interior designers. They'll tell you that, yes, you should have a chandelier in your bathroom. They'll tell you, wait, this is a perfectly, like, look, like I got boxes back here. It's perfectly normal. It's perfectly normal to have boxes in your house. They're not in the street. They're not in a garage with a paper thin garage door. Trump posted that on Truth Social, calling out, look, Biden's got 10 times this much documents in his garage house in Delaware, wherever the fuck his garage is. And he says it's just behind a paper thin garage door for anyone. He's like, But it's a great idea, though. Get people to do your bidding, I suppose, and just take a crowbar to that paper thin. Test that door. Test that aluminium right there. See if you can get them documents. But again, perfectly normal to have boxes. People have we're moving. Stuff's going on.
You think he's
Things are
keeping
coming
track
and
of all
going.
that?
I got stuff that I want to hold on to show people, to make them think that I'm cool too, and to just like have shit to show off. I think it's a very natural move to want to do. Big June momentum. Broadcasting from a workshop space, live on Twitter. Tucker Carlson in his suit. I actually had a blazer down here too, because I thought I need to wear a blazer and then just hang some tools in the background.
He's on
He's
Twitter.
on
Did you see
Twitter
his
doing
episode?
12-minute episodes.
Oh my god, he's started fucking 12 days ago.
He's got a couple out.
They're like 10-minute clips. He's got his blazer on in a woodshed. Dude, Ryan, step the fuck up.
I gotta start dressing up for this. And then we'll condense it down into 12 minutes and blast it onto Twitter. Because now he's got billions of views. Yes, billions, I guess. Or yet to be billions, but honestly,
60 million views. 60 million views on
kudos to him to getting to market first. Let me just say, of course, I put it out there over a month and a half ago that I was going to change the studio. I was going to go subterranean / workspace vibe aesthetic backdrop for filming. But kudos to him getting it out there first. He's been in images, I guess, of him in this workspace or home studio. It's always been quaint and very cute. He usually does a flannel. Good for him on keeping the suit and maintaining his professionalism. Gotta imagine that there's maybe hair and makeup that comes to his workspace. Maybe it's a co-space, something or another. Thinking,
can we do an episode in his woodshed? Like, would we be able to pay him to do that?
I think we can we get our people to talk to his people and see what we can put together.
I would love to do that. Is this real? Joe Biden tweeted, "It's about time the super wealthy start paying their fair share." And Elon Musk tweeted back, "Please give him the password so he can do his own tweets. Please, I'm begging you." Do you get that?
Right. Yeah. That's not. Unfortunately, Joe Biden is probably not.
Just sharing this for a second. I don't think that's real. I can't find it.
I have about 36 accounts on Twitter. And every time I sign up, every time I start a fresh account, the first tweet I see is one of Elon's tweets. It's the first thing that you follow. It's like when you used to get an iPhone and it would just come jam-packed with U2 songs, contemporary U2.
Do you remember MySpace? And your first friend was Tom on MySpace. Yeah. He was the creator of MySpace.
Actually, I didn't think about that, but it is a Tom-like effect here. He's the Neo Tom. He needs to save the Matrix. It's coming in. He's just hanging out online, like any one of us.
Doesn't he run like 4 or 5 different companies? How does he have time to do this?
It's AI.
It's not like he can make more hours in the day.
There's that one billionaire that's he's got his son goes to take his blood, and he just
the blood boy. The blood boy. His son's his blood boy.
Yeah. Happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day. That's when Father's Day is every day or every month. Living forever is the goal, maybe.
I think he has like $600 million or something. Yeah, I heard about it on Tim Dillon's podcast.
Who'd want to live forever? Who's trying to stay in this? Hey, babe, we got reservations. Groundhog Day of life for all of eternity. Who wants to really put it in longer than they have to?
This guy's gonna live so long that they're gonna make those treatments mandatory at some point. You know, like the government doesn't let you die. You're just too fucking useful. You know, and he's gonna be begging people like to kill him. Yeah, like he's gonna live for 200 years or something. He's just gonna be like, kill me now.
Just begging for the sweet hand of death.
Dude, these Tucker Carlson episodes have. This one has almost 100 million views.
Yeah, of course. Dude, he's going to have a lot of views. But he's going to have to get picked up somewhere, right? People aren't sitting down for Twitter. People are sitting down on their television. They're clicking. They want to click a remote. If they don't like it, they go back and forth. Maybe they just have the same thing on, and all of the production around it of a network feels much more lively.
But he was doing an hour like every day. These are like he's doing 10 minutes every 2 days.
Yeah, it's like where's the rest?
2 or 3 or 5 days. You know,
maybe is there a subscription to more?
He's setting it up to be. I'm sure. Tucker's a businessman first and foremost. You think he does this for fun?
Well,
does it look like he is having fun?
No, I'm not doing this for fun. It's just business. He has a lot. He's got a lot of people waiting for him to come back to TV, is what I'm thinking. If he's away for too long, that's not going to bode well. People will move on.
There's a guy that's been writing a biography of Tucker Carlson. That
he's got some irons in the fire. He's got
exactly.
something that he's working on.
What a talented TV personality, Tucker Carlson. What a talent. If someone could do it better, they would, but they can't. You can't cuck the tuck.
Yeah, Tucker Carl Cuckistan.
Whatever happened to FTX? No one talks about. You don't hear anything about that anymore, right?
A sad little blurb. Absolutely in one ear and out the other.
Didn't people lose like a bunch of money?
Suckers. That's probably who.
I like how Twitter also like corrects tweets, you know?
Oh,
like Laura Loomer posted that the Fed dropped charges against Sam Bankman-Fried in the FTX scandal. And then there's a little blurb under it, like, that's not correct.
Yeah.
His charges have just been moved to another year. He still faces charges this year, you know? Like, it basically says, like, this article's bullshit. So, yeah. And I like that it goes both ways, you know? It's very, how do I say, in what I've seen of it, this added context from Twitter.
Yeah.
It used to just be to tell you that you should take the COVID vaccine. Remember when they just would have like someone would say something about COVID and the libs running Twitter would just put under it like you have to take your vaccine. Basically, go take your meds.
CDC guidelines.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly. Like that type of stuff.
What you're talking about is the community notes. And community notes have been very entertaining to see unfold over the past year of this Twitter change up. Maybe it's been less than a year, whatever. There was back and forth about like which way the community notes were going. And also then seeing the community notes show up after Elon's posts, because he's skewed himself. He's like 2015, like he was posting just like Democrat stuff, but then he's going, I guess, like non-political, and now also, but then also now political. He does what he wants. He's not. He's actually following again, just like us. He's just in that juice mindset where it's very fluid, and just claim whatever you want. No one's going to check up, anyways. No one's looking this stuff up.
My governor is running for election. Is now running for president.
Drill the wetlands, DeSantis. Hey, you tried these things?
What is that? Zin.
Yeah. Don't tell Darlene about this. She doesn't know.
I wish you could toss me one of those. Yeah, that's nice. That'll give you a jolt.
Ooh,
that'll give you a jolt.
Yeah, I just got addicted recently.
That was a big college thing, dipping. That was a huge thing in college. I know a lot of guys who dip.
Cowboy time.
Oof. That stuff would make you buzz like a light bulb.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Also, get you close to sickness. But this stuff?
Yeah, there was a fine line between feeling that and also feeling a little sick in your tummy.
This stuff, I don't know. I guess it's for kids, maybe.
It is for kids.
ZYN. So Zin, right?
That's strange of a tobacco company to make a product for kids. Did you know that they raised the age in Florida to buy tobacco to 21?
Losers, man.
There's an article about the Florida housing boom coming to an end. So, like, I guess it's supposed to be an article where saying, Florida's in the housing prices have stopped to increase. Florida must be in a recession. Like, Florida was going up like year on year 28% for a couple years in the price of houses. Like, basically a house that was 300,000 was 400,000, then 500,000. I don't know. Everything got really expensive, and now it's not getting as much as expensive as it was anymore. So it must be Ron DeSantis' fault. Does that make sense?
We have to blame our leaders for any inconvenience that we have.
That's good. You don't want the housing prices to go up anymore.
No, you don't. Well, some people do, right?
I guess. I don't know. The people who wrote that article do.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the stop of the climb, the plateau, and the downward plummet. And then I'll be returning to the great state of Florida as a property buyer at the time where everything's collapsing, maybe some type of apocalyptic scenario. Then I'll be able to get my Florida studio up and running. Live down back in Margaritaville.
Yeah. Well, one day I'm just gonna kidnap you and bring you back
All
to
right.
your home state. At some point, I'm just gonna
The Great
send
Return.
the Mossad. I'm gonna send the Mossad to come down and pull you out of that basement and basically drop you out of a chopper, have you parachute down into the sandy beaches of South Florida or Jack's Beach.
The repatriotizing of Elian Gonzalez. Revisited. The native son has.
I think that's how you should put your face in that, that iconic picture of like the SWAT guy coming in with the gun pointed at him, and whoever was holding him, he's like,
Yeah.
And you just Photoshop your face over that, and that's our episode.
Yeah, that's the kid
card.
Okay. Yeah.
We call the episode Forced Relocation. I found another article on how AI might end us.
Oh, there's been a lot of talk about AI, and I think we've been slacking on not just having episodes written in full script format. Just throw it through the AI. They can do our job. The AI generators.
Yeah.
Now, for that,
Like John Oliver's show could
So-
easily be written by AI. I don't know if you've ever seen that show, but
because there's so many of them, right? Or because they're searchable for the machine. We would have to feed the machine. We'd have to have our own.
it already knows. It already knows
Already
what the
knows.
essence of garbage juice is. It already understands what the feeling of that episode should be better
Yeah.
than we know ourselves. And we're the creators.
The all-knowing eye in the internet sky.
Did I talk to you about Learn to Sweep? I don't know if I did.
Sweep?
But yeah, Learn to Sweep. So there was a thought
Sweeping.
that the manual jobs would go away, like truck driving and like janitorial work, like the blue collar work would be going away due to automation. The
Yeah.
fact is that what's happening is that most of the white collar work is going away, like your basic marketing job, your basic bookkeeping, like your basic office job,
Yeah.
like your wagey, in a cubicle.
Yeah.
That's going away. And even like low level coders, things like that. So there's this hashtag a while back that was like hashtag learn to code. Because it was like, oh, they kind of, everyone's like, they took our jobs, and so there's this hashtag learn to code, but actually it should be hashtag learn to sweep, because the basic jobs that you could do in an office are no longer going to be there for people to suck on, let's say. So they're going to have to get on their hands and knees and start, getting in the dirt, let's say.
Yeah, the detritus of the machines that rule us will need someone to wipe their ass, essentially, metaphorically, you could say, sweeping the factory basins and the deep down, as they say on Silo.
What is this Silo?
I can't wait. It's the most boring show you'll ever watch about a
Should I watch it?
fiction twist. Yes. Yeah, we can talk about it.
Is it boring or good?
They do this thing where like the first episode's really intriguing, right? So check it out. Definitely check it out, because we keep watching. No spoilers.
Is it the
I
same
guess.
quality as Severance?
I guess it has a similar effect. Like,
Because I thought Severance was very good.
Yeah, you get kind of a same kind of feeling of like some type of futuristic prison setting that we're all barreling towards.
All right, well,
It
that's
does
the recommendation for today, huh?
Well, actually, what I'm about to go tune into next, season premiere, The Righteous Gemstones, baby. Just dropped tonight, I think. So Danny McBride returns for what I can only imagine is going to be my newest fave ongoing current show. Current show, Rex, by the Garbage Juice Podcast.
First episode is tonight.
Return of the Righteous Gemstones. Doing American Christian Protestantism the right way. Just showing it in its natural habitat. All of the good times and shenanigans that a wealthy, God-fearing, well-to-do family and lineage, multiple generations there, all getting into it. A great show to watch with Dad tonight, of all nights, especially. Happy Father's Day to all of our listeners.
I'm coming down to the man cave, and we're gonna watch Righteous Gemstones.
Well, you see,
you're gonna man cave that place up, right?
I got the TV.
You got the TV. What is
this,
that contraption next to it?
It's just on some cinder blocks and boards. Right there. See, and in that box, PlayStation 4, baby. Yes, sir.
Nice.
Gonna set that up. Gonna game down
Nice.
here all fucking day. See how far I can reach around here.
You got the hottest. You got the hottest in new video games.
Yeah, dads only need that. And again, we're down here several miles below the surface of law. So this is basically open waters. So anything is legal down here. Got plenty of room to hold a poker game. I know that. Thought about doing that.
That's nice.
Yeah, some kind of, we get a lot of maybe like the mayor will come through here, some actual mob members, and I'll be able to tip off a gangster that could then rob him. I'd be like, oh shit, I don't know anything, but I can get your money back 20 on the dollar, and then I'll create my own crime mafia family,
Right.
finally be able to live back on the surface again. But until then, I'm gonna enjoy this space here because it is pretty tight. It really is, and it's like, sorry, babe, I can't watch Silo with you because I got a lot of work to do down there. I got a lot of work in the studio, and she's got the spare bedroom because it's 2 bedrooms, so her office is in that one.
You got a guest bed? You got a guest bed in there?
It's 2 bedroom, 1 bath, right? So it's just
You guys
Yeah.
each have your own room, or you guys
Yep.
like share a room?
that's right. We're doing separate. We are just like my mentor, Mike Pence, Vice President Michael Pence.
Him and his wife sleep in different rooms.
He had a thing. He had a thing where I think, like they said, that they slept in separate beds or something. Which, I mean, it's funny.
Well, that could just be religious practice, you know?
Yeah, it's funny, but like also, is your partner snoring a lot? Maybe you want the separate bed. But yeah, it's been a lot of work, and it's just finally like becoming a little easier. It's still a lot of shit to do.
Well, we don't want to let our juice boys down. We know we got people out there that depend on us and rely upon us. And really, this is as much therapy for us as we hope it is for people who really need us out there. And, despite things getting busy on both our ends, we always find the time to come back together for the Juice Network, the Juice Boys. Yeah, that's my thoughts. I'm just happy we were able to get the show back on the road. And now that we have the AI to generate our show scripts for us, we're going to be able to put these out on a much more regular basis. I might actually find someone else to read my lines in certain opportunities. I know there's some voiceover artists in Hyderabad in Israel, in India, that I can get to read some of my lines and come on to the show. So yeah, I can outsource. I think most of this moving forward.
Hopefully the artist Noah Kahan will be able to drop some bars as the widely known Jewish Malone, or however he described himself to the audience, to the screaming fan base. And
well, good for him. I mean, you can't be mad at a guy, even though he sold probably his soul for achieving
a Live Nation tour. But they're getting the bag.
Yeah, they're getting that. You get that bag, young Jewish boy. You go out there, you get that bag like you're born for.
This is Toxic Tony and ATL. Big Dick Bruce. Keep it sleazy. The Disgusting Brothers once again on your radio. That's that.
Oh,
that's the Secession characters, right? I mentioned that before. They call themselves the Disgusting Brothers. It's just great nickname, great duo.
That's awesome.
Great duo title.
All right, man. I'm gonna go to sleep, but this was really good. I thought it was. Obviously, it took us time to get going, but
yeah.
I thought there were great parts of that episode.
Yeah, we got good stuff going, man. Like always.
Always.
Fucking, you're my wingman. You're my Tom Cruise. But I'm also Tom Cruise.
So I'm the Maverick to your Maverick.
Fuck yeah. And big dick money getters. Episode 10. Later, season 2. Guaranteed 15% more rap.
Season 2, part 2.
15 to 25% more rap. Yeah, man. Good show.
She's just another hoe that I met in the hood. I told her I was country black and it was all good. She might as well go ahead and suck on my wood and let me whisper something in her ear if I could. I got some hoes that can bring your boy back some good. They get it green, you know what I mean? Let's get this understood. Ain't having no shout, not no motherfucking slug. You know I'm macking, bitch, don't make me go to fucking road. You better get out there and get my money in the bush. I'ma hit you in your head, leave your ass with a plug. You know I gotta have it, gotta get my money wood. These hoes out here be fucking for a motherfucking dog.
Ever since I can remember, I've been popping my collar, popping my collar, popping my collar. Ever since I can remember, I've been working these hoes, and they better put my money in my hand. Ever since I can remember, I've been popping my collar, popping my collar, popping my collar. Ever since I can remember, I've been working these hoes, and they better.